Y'all look so good. Your beautiful
We
bunch.
feel so good today.
Yeah.
Can you see your smiles?
Yeah, I just got it.
All right, we're just waiting on Dana to come out in just a moment. Diana and Ingrid, you guys are good? Awesome. Yep, Dana's going to be right out. Ryan's here. Come on in. Come on in, Dana. Great. Let's be right here. Great. I think we're good to go. Anything right now?
Hey everyone, this is Alex with Unicorn Riot. I'm in Boulder, Colorado right now. So, a woman and mother who has been seeking sanctuary here at a Boulder church for over 4 years was recently granted a stay of removal, which is a stay of deportation, meaning she might be able to leave the church at least temporarily. So we're here today covering this press conference, which they're about to start soon. Her name is Ingrid Encalada Latorre, and we have covered her in previous years, which you can check out at unicornriot.ninja.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. I think I'm destroying it in the process.
Oh, okay. No, thanks. Whoever's loving is that. Thank you.
They did not cover this in seminary. Or at least I didn't think that.
How are you? I guess
That's close enough. It'll do the trick. It's already helping.
All right.
Thank you, whoever loaned that to us.
All right.
Yeah, very good.
All right. Come on up and we'll... Come back here after we're done. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Mama.
All right. Hi everyone. I think we'll get started here. Thanks everyone for being here today. I'm the Reverend David Schwartz, lead minister here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Boulder, where it's been our privilege to accompany Ingrid in sanctuary for the last few years. As people of faith, one of the things we go back to again and again is, what do we owe to our neighbors? When we think back to the old story of the Good Samaritan passing someone in need of help on the road, there's two questions to ask. One question is, what will happen to that person if help isn't given? And the other question that we ask ourselves in this community, joined by so many other faith communities nearby, is what will happen to us if we walk past the person in need of help? What's the condition of our own souls and spirits and moral compass if we see a person in need and walk by? And so we're motivated over these last years to open our doors in sanctuary, to help someone in need, and to be a people who are of service. And in that, we're joined by countless others beyond those who are gathered today. And in that spirit, I'm glad to welcome you to this church and this moment. Let me invite Reverend Dana to say a few words.
Well, it's a wonderful day, my friends. We are delighted that Ingrid has been granted a 1-year stay of removal, which allows her to not be trapped in this building. And it's a step. It's not an ending. It's a new beginning, and there is still a great deal of work to be done. It's just a 1-year stay, but it's a start. And I want to lift up at this moment the 4 years that she and her family have lived in this building, and that she has not been able to leave. She has not been able to drive her children to school, pick them up from school, go do her own grocery shopping, or anything like that, or visit with friends. And so it's an amazing moment. And it's also a moment for us to all reflect on what that would mean for us to not have that kind of liberty to move around, to have our own lives. And how the broken immigration system is doing this to countless other people and destroying lives. There are no easy answers, but there are certainly calls for us to return to our own souls and our own sense of justice and equality, and live into being the human beings that we can be. And this is one of those moments where that has happened, and we are celebrating. Thank you. And I'd like to introduce the star of our show. Ingrid Encalada Latorre. We love you. We love you.
Gracias, gracias. Buenas tardes a todos. Muchas gracias por acompañarme.
You can take your mask off.
Buenas tardes a todos. Muchas gracias por acompañarme en esta tarde tan hermosa. Y mi comunidad que siempre no me ha abandonado. Y aquí siempre he estado en los momentos difíciles. Y en esta victoria que se logró hoy, con este removal, que es una estadía que me libera de muchas cosas.
Hello everyone. Thank you all for being here today. I am very, very excited and very glad that my community is here to support me in everything that I'm doing, especially with this big victory today with the approval of that stay of removal.
Es un gran paso que voy a dar hoy realmente. Como dijo mi ministro, que voy a poder recoger a los niños sin ese miedo o terror, lo que sentía antes que inmigración me estuviera chequeando.
This is a big victory because now I get to be free in the sense of the basic things like picking up my kids, buying my groceries, doing the simple things. And
I'm sorry.
Eso pasa en todos lados ya. Yo tengo a mi niña Elizabeth que nació aquí dos años atrás. Pues fue una decisión muy difícil en mi caso.
I have my baby girl Elizabeth that was born here at the church 2 years ago. Decision for me to make because I had 2 C-sections in the past, and so that was absolutely insane. But she is now 2 years old, and she is a very healthy baby, and we're continuing to work. 2 weeks ago, we had a celebration for Dia de los Muertos that Ingrid herself hosted, and yeah, we've been in sanctuary for 4 years now.
4 años. 4 años, ¿me entiende? Que fueron tan difíciles, pero aquí he seguido realmente luchando con mis hijos todo este tiempo y pues fue una decisión muy difícil de haber por segunda vez ingresar al santuario, ya que al comienzo estuve refugiada en Denver, en la iglesia de los Cuáqueros, en Fort Collins y aquí en Boulder.
Yeah, and it's been 4 years, 4 long years now. It hasn't been an easy decision to bring my family alongside with me to live here in the church for a second time. Because in the past I was also in sanctuary in Denver with the Quakers Church. So it's just been a ride.
Me siento tan emocionada por esta victoria que me están acompañando todos y pues hace 2 años atrás también recibí el perdón del gobernador Jerry Hollis que me abrió las puertas y siempre he tenido el apoyo del congresista John Negus que también eso ayudó a empujar mi caso para este termo. Hay muchas personas que yo agradezco a mi equipo, Diana, Ball, ministro, muchas personas para nombrar tengo, pero que nunca se han rendido y aquí han seguido conmigo en mi lucha.
And I'm just very, very, very happy with everyone that supported me throughout this all. I received a lot of help from a lot of people in the community. 2 years ago, I received a pardon from the governor, Jared Polis, and Joe Negus's office has been working hand in hand with me to move my case up, and they've been of great help. And I just like to thank my team. Bob here has been a huge part of it. The minister, Diana, Joe Negus's office, and just so many other people who have helped me.
Yeah. No se sienta mal si no los estoy nombrando, pero yo agradezco mucho a todas las organizaciones que han estado detrás de mí, apoyándome estos 4 años a seguir adelante. Y ahora vamos a festejar esta victoria.
And please don't get upset if I didn't say your name. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate all the organizations who have been here to back me up. And I appreciate all of you very much. And now it's time to celebrate this big victory. Woo. Yeah. La lucha sigue.
La lucha sigue y juntos ganaremos aquí. Gracias. Me gustaría introducir a mi hijo Brian, que está aquí acompañándome este día especial. Es un luchador más. ¿Puedes saludar? Pues agradecer.
Hola a todos, este es un día muy alegre para mí. Estoy muy feliz hoy para ir con mi mamá en todos los lugares y disfrutar la vida con todos y es un buen día para mí.
¿Puedes en inglés también?
Hello everybody, this is one of my favorite days ever. I can go with my mom and enjoy life pretty much with my mom and my brothers and get to know life better.
Yeah, Brian. ¡Sí se puede! Okay, me gustaría introducir a una persona especial que ha sido en nuestro trabajo, Erika Blue. ¿Puede dar un poquito de detalles? ¿Lo dice en inglés o no?
And this is Erica Bloom. She is a representative from Joe Negus's office. She has a couple of words for us. She's been an amazing help throughout this all.
I am so excited to be here today on behalf of Congressman Negus. He is in Washington right now fighting out the details of what we hope is going to be a bill that includes immigration. They are working on this right as we speak. And I wanted to read a statement on his behalf since he's in Washington right now. So this is on behalf of Congressman Joe Negus. Ever since meeting Ingrid in June of 2018, my office has been pursuing any possible option to support her case. I have introduced private bills on her behalf and sent letters to ICE and DHS asking them to grant Ingrid a stay of removal, starting in December 19, after Governor Polis issued his pardon. Finally, in response to my letter sent directly to Secretary Mayorkas on October 25, Ingrid has now been granted a 1-year stay. Well, this is a great victory. The fight is not over. We will continue working with Ingrid and her lawyer as her battle moves into its next stage, but today is a day for celebration. Today, Ingrid gets to leave the church, which has been providing her sanctuary since 2017. These 4 long years of confinement included the birth of her baby Elizabeth, born inside this building because it was not safe for Ingrid to go to the hospital. Now Ingrid will finally be free to live her life, attend her children's school events and performances, go to the doctor, and live in her own home with her beloved children. I am honored to be in this fight with you, Ingrid, as we continue to work in Congress to fix our broken immigration system. I will also continue to do everything I can for Ingrid in her fight for relief and ability to go on with her life.
Micrófono abierto si tienen preguntas.
And now open mic. If anyone has any additional questions, feel free to ask them now.
When does your stay of removal start?
Empezó esta semana.
Go to the mic.
It was effective this week, so November the 1st.
What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Lo primero que voy a hacer, pues siempre lo dije que quise hacer hiking, irme a las montañas. Y siempre me ha gustado hacer aventuras y ahora voy a poder hacer con un grupo, invitar, lo que en tanto tiempo no lo he hecho.
She loves adventure. She's an adventure gal, so now she gets to go up and venture out with groups of people.
¿Te vas a quedar aquí o te vas a mudar con tu familia en Evergreen o
En este momento la iglesia todavía me está respaldando para seguir porque después de 4 años dar mi próximo paso es algo difícil, ¿ya?
So, the church right now is backing me up in staying here because after 4 years, it's very difficult to leave and start a life.
How long have you been living at this church now?
En esta iglesia estuve por 4 años y en Denver estuve por 6 meses.
I've been here at this church for 4 years now. I was in Denver for 2 months. 6 months.
Can you talk about your organization, No Más Chuecos?
La organización No Más Chuecos yo lo he creado hace 3 años atrás al ver que yo fui una persona afectada porque yo compré un seguro social en el mercado negro y ahora hay más posibilidad para una persona inmigrante que puede sacar su licencia de Colorado, puede sacar un IT number, hay más beneficios.
So I opened the No Más Chuecos campaign about 3 years ago now, and I was a victim of purchasing a social security number in the black market. And so on that, I just educate my community on different options other than having to go to the black market. A lot of immigrants are able to get an IT number now and a driver's license, so I give them those options.
Y pues esperemos que este año pase una reforma migratoria, pero no podemos perder las esperanzas de seguir.
Let's hope that this year we get an immigration reform, but let's not lose the faith and continue to fight.
Ingrid, ¿cómo te sientes caminar afuera de aquí y no tener que estar preocupada por ICE?
Me siento bien, sin estar sin ese estrés, chequeando a todos lados, de que inmigración me esté chequeando en alguna esquina o de que me vayan a arrestar o deportar a mi país, porque he estado luchando por tantos años y que haya justicia en mi caso.
It's a huge relief to be able to leave the church now without having to worry about ICE detaining me or deporting me or them stalking me down the street. Just a huge, huge relief.
Y sé que mi lucha no ha terminado porque sé que es un año y este año voy a trabajar duro todavía con mi comunidad y mi equipo que no me ha abandonado en reabrir mi caso de inmigración.
Yeah, and the fight is not over. We continue to fight. It's only a year of the stay of removal. And so during this year, my team and I are going to work endless nights to make sure something happens and something more permanent is discussed.
Tienes un año para arreglar tu situación legal, ¿ok? ¿Crees que Biden te va a ayudar a arreglar a ti y a millones de inmigrantes en los Estados Unidos?
Claro que sí, ya. Sí va a haber este año cambios porque yo no he perdido la fe, por eso tenemos que seguir trabajando como comunidad, hablando a nuestros congresistas, senadores, de que pase una ley migratoria este año y que hagamos algo.
I have faith in the Biden administration that they will help us out, help us immigrants out. I haven't lost faith in nothing. And yes, something has to happen for the immigrants this year.
Yeah. How many times have you applied for a stay of removal before?
Before? ¿Qué? En el pasado. Well, el stay removal puedes aplicar muchas veces, pero he aplicado, he ganado y he perdido también.
¿Cuántas veces?
Son varias veces que he aplicado ya.
So with the stay of removal, you can definitely apply more than once. There has been several of times that she has applied for a stay of removal. This is the first time it's ever been granted to her.
What is the next step in your immigration case?
Reabrir mi caso.
The next step is to reopen her case as a whole and look for something more permanent.
Porque realmente yo no soy prioridad para deportación, ya que tengo más de 10 años viviendo en los Estados Unidos y tengo un récord criminal limpio porque ya me borró con el perdón del gobernador.
She is not a priority for ICE at the moment, and now her record with the pardon of the governor has been clean. She no longer has a criminal record.
Does the length of this process say anything about the state of the immigration system today?
Por lo que tanto que se ha tratado su proceso, tiene que decir algo de inmigración.
En total, pues que estoy agradecida con este stay removal y pues que ahora el próximo paso es reabrir el caso y pues espero que se sigan abriendo más puertas porque yo necesito esa tarjeta, esa es la residencia estar permanente aquí con mis hijos, porque yo pertenezco aquí.
So as of now, she just like to, she appreciates ICE for giving her this day of removal, and she's now looking for something more permanently, hopefully a residency, a green card, so that she can live happily here with her family.
¿Cómo te sientes saber todas estas personas que están aquí, que creo que algunas no hablan español, pero te están ayudando? ¿Cómo te sientes?
Pues me siento muy emocionada porque realmente en estos años quien me ha ayudado más es, se puede decir, la comunidad blanca, que mi propia gente inmigrante. Yo entiendo por otra parte también por el miedo de inmigración, todo eso, pero yo aprecio mucho todo el trabajo que han hecho todo este tiempo mi gente aquí en Colorado.
She loves her community here and appreciates them a lot. In this case, the white community has
poder trabajar realmente ahorita en el sí podría. Lo malo que ahorita se están demorando para los permisos de trabajo como de 6 meses a 10 meses y entonces todavía voy a tomarme mi tiempo si voy a aplicar o no.
So at this time, the stay of removal did not come with a work permit. And with the work permits, they're taking a very long time to give them out. They're taking anywhere from 6 to 10 months to make that happen for her. And so she's still deciding whether or not it's worth the try, but hopefully soon.
Pues yo creo que es todo, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
¿Podemos dar una pues doy el micrófono abierto a las personas que me han apoyado, alguien que quiera compartir algún momento.
Open mic to anyone who wants to share any story. Anyone who supported Ingrid is open to go up and speak.
No sean tímidos, ¿ok?
Don't be shy.
Omar, ¿unas palabras? Ándale, Omar, tantos años siguiéndome. Leticia, ¿verdad? Gracias. Gracias.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Omar Gómez y soy un miembro de la comunidad que hace 4 años vinimos a esta iglesia a pedir apoyo cuando la administración pasada nos agobiaba con palabras atemorizantes. Yo vine junto con por la invitación de Jennifer Piper y otras personas que vinimos a hacer hincapié en esta iglesia que queríamos sentirnos acogidos de alguna manera en una parte de este mundo, porque se sintió mucha presión de la administración pasada. Y cuando hicimos la abogacía aquí en esta iglesia para que nos apoyara de alguna manera y decidieron que se hiciera santuario, cuando ellos dan el voto, y sé que muchos miembros se separaron por esa votación y muchos decidieron apoyarnos a los migrantes para sentirnos seguros, es un alivio al alma de saber que hay gente con buen corazón. Me tocó estar cuidando puertas para Ingrid desde el principio porque no había gente que apoyar en ese momento, y ver a Ingrid que se levanta por su familia todos los días, yo creo que es lo que nos mantiene como comunidad, saber que lo importante es levantarnos como familia todos los días. Es una lucha constante de este mundo, de que Ingrid es un ejemplo de que tenemos que levantarnos por nuestras familias todos los días. Yo como migrante también me levanto por mi familia para que tengan un mejor futuro. I was here 4 years ago with a crew, with Jennifer Piper, we came to ask him for support right after the last administration took over, and it feels a lot of fear in that time. And you know, we was kind of looking for just somebody that we can feel warm up in our hearts and our minds, that we was important for somebody. So this community, they opened the doors and we come and ask them for support, and they decide to support us as a sanctuary church. But when they do the voting, you know, I know some people from this church, they separate it because they don't want to support it, and some wants to stand up and they do it. So that's a great thing to see that somebody open their hearts to be a humans. And it's amazing, you know, how Ingrid stand up for her family. Lately we lost those values as family. She stand up for her own child. It will be easy to quit and give up. But these days we've been lost in many things, and this church, it provides us with that warm heart, with a house. And yes, I've been stand up next to Ingrid because I saw in her, you know, something that is valuable in me too. I stand up for my kids so they can have better education, something that I don't have it. And thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Ingrid, for stand up. Thank you for don't give up. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Well, I guess I was very fortunate 4 years ago when Ingrid came and a small group of us met, and I took the opportunity to be the one to work with Ingrid. And it really wasn't a hard decision, because if you know Ingrid, you know you want to work with her. And over this time, I've had the real privilege and pleasure of working with her and getting to know her and to work with her kids. I can remember all the good pillow fights with the boys. and I'm going to lie and say I won all those pillow fights. But it's really a pleasure. Such wonderful people, and Ingrid is such a wonderful person. And when we've had the defeats and we've had some wins, it's been very meaningful. And I really appreciate all the other people that have worked with this. It's been really the most wonderful person, Ingrid, and her kids, and the most wonderful experience in my life. And I just invite all of you to work with us. And we're going to get through this, and she will become a citizen. So thank you.
We are the boat, we are the sea. I sail in you, you sail in me.
Thank you all for being here. My name is David Poundstone, and I'm a member of the Mountain View Friends meeting where Ingrid first entered Sanctuary. That was 5 years ago. And it was at the end of November, as I recall, right after Annibal's birthday. And a few weeks ago, we were up here for the Dia de los Muertos, and I gave Ingrid a big hug, and I said, "You are the bravest woman I've ever known." Because I've had the privilege of walking with her on this journey. It wasn't easy coming into our church for Sanctuary. She couldn't bring her whole family. She was fighting a different phase of her case, so she didn't have her children except Annibal with her. And then she was able to get a stay during the summer, but then was forced to make the difficult decision of whether to deport back to Peru or stay with her family, and she chose to stay with her family. And so I'm going to cry if I talk about this very much, but bringing Ingrid to this church and watching this community embrace her in love and support for 4 years is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and it's just changed my life to be involved in this. Thank you, Ingrid.
Thank you, David. Gabriela, no? Laura. ¡Qué luchadora, ¡Qué inspiración a todos! Una gran.
So, I think those of us I'm Gabriela Latorre with the American Friends Service Committee, and Jennifer Piper quería estar aquí hoy, pero ella está con fiebre horrible y dijimos no puedes venir, pero está su espíritu, y Jordan García también de American Friends Service Committee, que hemos tenido la gran oportunidad de estar con Ingrid en esta lucha, con una mujer increíble que creo que a todos nos ha tocado nuestra vida, nuestro corazón. Hemos aprendido cómo nunca se rinde. Yo como mamá he aprendido tanto de ti, Ingrid, de cómo ser mamá, cómo luchar para sus hijos, cómo ser una mujer fuerte. Y es una cosa, hoy es una celebración y sabemos que la lucha sigue. La lucha sigue para que Ingrid sea completamente libre de estar en este país donde es su hogar, donde ella merece estar, donde tiene su comunidad, su familia. Y es una lucha que Ingrid ha estado haciendo no solamente para ella, pero para los millones y millones que no tienen los acceso a las cosas que merecen, que han estado trabajando como trabajadores esenciales y han estado haciendo todo. Por eso Ingrid ha estado luchando no solamente para sus hijos, que ha sido una inspiración. Entonces, para mí, de American Friends Service Committee, damos las gracias a ti, Ingrid, por enseñarnos tanto de cómo ser en el mundo, de trabajar con el corazón, con la alma y con la fuerza. Gracias. Te quiero mucho.
Ahora en inglés.
So I'm Gabriela Latorre. I'm with the American Friends Service Committee, and my colleagues Jennifer Piper, who wanted to be here today, and we had to say no. You have a fever. You need to go stay in bed and rest. But her husband is here. Also Amanda, woo woo woo, and my colleague Jordan Garcia also could not be here, but we are here. Today is a day of celebration. Today is a day of celebration because Ingrid is a woman, an incredible woman who everyone here, and there are so many thousands of more people, not only in the community of Boulder, in Colorado, in the state of Colorado, in all of the United States and around the world, who have gained inspiration and learned so much from Ingrid. Ingrid has taught us that you don't give up, that you fight for what is right and what is just, that it is love that can overcome injustice and determination. As a mother, I have learned so much from Ingrid. I have seen her strength. I have seen how hard this has been on her, and I've seen her come, move, and stand and fight. And she has been a joy, and but underneath the bowels of the fire, keeping things going. And her fight has not just been about her and her family. We all love and care about Ingrid and are so happy that she will be able to walk in the parks and be able to be out in the community. As we know, we're all better off with her there. But also, she's doing this because there are over 11 million people who need access to papers now. Ingrid needs them now, and all those 11 million need it, and the Congress can do it. If they act right now, they can vote to pass the legalization and the reconciliation package, and it is on them to do so, and we are calling on the Colorado delegation to do so. And we know that if the Democrats pull together, they have the numbers to do it, and it is up to them. And this will benefit Ingrid and the 11 million that deserve this. So it is with a great celebration and gratitude, knowing that we still have a large fight ahead. Todavía hay mucha lucha. Pero que han cortado las cadenas, no solo para ella, pero para todas las familias. That Ingrid's energy and power has not only broken her own chains, but it has broken the chains for so many, and we still have so much work to do, and so happy Ingrid will be outside to do the work with us.
William, you want to come up?
Come on, William.
So, I'm reenacting. I'm former state representative Jonathan Singer, and I'm actually reenacting my Facebook profile picture right now. 3 years ago, at the end of the year, in 2018, we were in the governor's office petitioning then Governor Hickenlooper for a pardon. William was a lot easier to carry back then. We were denied, and it took us another year to get Ingrid her pardon. We've all gone through this COVID quarantine over the last couple of years. I want everyone to think about how depressed they got, how disconnected they felt. Multiply that by 3, by 4 years. That is the resiliency that Ingrid has shown.
Yes.
Now, I'm about to go get my COVID booster today, and I want to think of this stay as a different kind of booster. It's an antidote. It's an antidote to hatred and bigotry and xenophobia, and the cure for the health of our nation and our economy is immigration reform. We haven't left you yet, Ingrid, and I just want to be the first, after all this settles down, to invite you to a play date up.
Woohoo, Laura! Gracias. I'm very emotional today. I met Ingrid a few years ago, and just like, well, I should back up a little. I was driving here, and I was thinking of those uncertain, scary years in the 2016, 2017, as a person with DACA and I heard DACA was about to be taken from the new administration back then, I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I have children here. I was thinking of getting my children and taking them to Canada or somewhere so I could find safety. It was really hard being an undocumented immigrant in 2017. But I met this woman, and seeing her love for her family, her resilience, her strength to fight for her family, I saw her have many opportunities to do something differently, but then she would have to be separated from her family, and she decided not to do it. She decided to stay with her children. And I knew in my heart that's exactly what I wanted to do. I want to fight to stay with my family for as much as I can. So I want to thank Ingrid because she gave me that inspiration. And yeah, just thinking about all those years that were scary and now in the place that we are now and seeing her come out, it's kind of like we're waking up from that nightmare. And I want us to all continue working really hard. Please call your Congress members. Please call all the people that you know to make an impact right now. We need permanent protections for Ingrid, for me, for everyone in this country who's working so hard. This is a time where our country needs workers, a steady workforce, and it's so unfair that we are deporting our most essential workers. Yeah. We need to stop this. We need a permanent solution. And thank you everyone for being here. Thank you. Yeah. Yo pienso que ya es todo, ¿verdad? Cerramos. Yeah. Pues muchísimas gracias a todos por venir y a los medios de comunicación también, que me han acompañado en todos estos años, que yo sé que no ha sido nada fácil.
Thank you everyone for being here today. I appreciate you all very much. I know it hasn't been an easy path, but thank you for supporting me.
Pues la lucha sigue.
Say your name and spell it for us. All the speakers, I know some of them said there's been.
Sure, so I'm Reverend David Schwartz, that's SCHWARTZ. I'm the lead minister here at the UU Church of Boulder.
My name is Reverend Dana Lightsey, that's DANALIGHTSEY. I'm the assistant minister here at the church. Omar.
Yeah, Omar.
Come tell them your name.
Can you just give us your first and last name, Omar?
Yeah.
Spell for us.
Omar Gomez, O-M-A-R, Gomez, G-O-M-E-Z.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. This has been a press conference excuse me, in Boulder, Colorado for Ingrid Encalada Latorre, who has been living inside this church for over 4 years, not being able to go on hikes or go outside or go to the grocery store or anything like that. She's been seeking sanctuary here so as not to be deported. And this week she was granted a 1-year stay of removal, so she will not be able to get deported for a year. She says she might end up staying in the church though, because she's lived here for so long, and 1 year, you know, it's a lot to have to, you know, find somewhere new to live and try to start fresh when there's still you know, a fight to continue so that she can reopen her case over the next year. And Ingrid, her legal trouble started in 2010, so it's been 11 years in this struggle. spoke a bit about an organization she created called No Mas Chuecos, which brings to light a situation that happened to her where she bought a social security number off the black market. She thought it wasn't attached to anyone because that's what the person who sold it to her said, and she didn't have any other options to begin working in the United States and support her children. So she did that, and then she ended up getting arrested. And
Thanks for all your help, everybody.
After that, she had a record, and that's why she has been fearing deportation for many years. And she gave birth in this church, actually, I think 2 years ago. And because she was even scared to go to the hospital. So she was granted a stay of deportation this week. She has a year for that, and she says she's going to be working on her case during that time. So again, thank you so much for watching. This is Alex with Unicorn Riot in Boulder, Colorado, outside the Unitarian Universalist Church of Boulder, where Ingrid Encalada Latorre has been living for 4+ years. If you want to check out our other coverage of Ingrid, you can go to unicornriot.ninja and type that into our search bar. We also published a short article this morning, which has this stream embedded into it. If you support our work and appreciate our work, you can donate to us. All of your donations are tax deductible. Thank you so much for watching.
Like I said, Thanksgiving come early.
Wonderful. Claro que sí, pues a veces que hacemos ahora.
William, do you have a quote for
Thank you, Becky. Thank you. Victoria.
Oh, good. Now we read the paper, so we'll watch the cover.